One.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. And again, this Friday morning, we are at Wrapsody Outdoor Living right here in Blue Ridge. And it's now time for North Georgia Senior Living with Jessi Barton, the Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall. And this is our third view. Hi, Jessi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We started this morning. If folks have been with us for all 2 hours, we started over here in this corner with this beautiful outdoor furniture with Dr. Whaley, and then we just did 2 segments over there, and now we're over here.
And I blend right in.
I thought that would happen, so I said, hey, let's do it over here.
You just knew.
Yes. And this is like, I bet those glow.
Well, I was wondering kind of what they were.
It's like a fire pit Amy,
will
this glow, or?
You put a propane tank underneath it, or have your gas company hook up a gas line, and the fire will come up. There's
so it's real fire.
2 lines of burners in there.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
S'mores on that.
S'mores?
Yeah.
Where's the s'more ingredients this morning, Brian?
I don't know. But let's say this. I don't. Before we get started, I know you always you want to bring something up. A subject to talk about. I want to tell you guys how beautiful the garden is. Now, last week we talked about it, the new garden at Cameron Hall. You had the dedication for it Monday. Great crowd, beautiful. The garden boxes, and I want to stress, these are very well built. These are solid.
Yeah, and they're made out of cedar, so apparently with cedar you don't have to use pesticides, so it can be organic.
Right.
So.
But the way the garden is built, it's at a height where you can walk around and work. Mm-hmm. If you always enjoyed working in the garden, and now you may have difficulty getting down in the garden and getting back up, these garden boxes are absolutely beautiful.
They're perfect. And it's even really just perfect for anybody in general, because you do get kind of tired when you're leaning over. But to be able to let these residents continue something that they love, because most of them did plant huge gardens, and that's where they didn't go grocery shopping as much as we do for those things like vegetables in the summer. So,
well, I was looking and I was paying attention, and there's so many different things I liked about the garden. First of all, the patio area, the concrete surface, there's room for a lot of expansion. I mean, that garden can really, that can get really big, the garden. Second, you put a covered area in the center of the garden where if somebody wants to go out and work in the garden a little bit and they get hot or the sun, they could sit down under a covered area and relax for a little bit. So It's really beautiful.
And families can use that if they want to bring a picnic up and have a lunch together. There's a grill out there, so we can do cookouts with our residents. So it's really a multi-use space that'll be really great.
There's a grill out there. It's a multi-use space. If your family comes up and you want to go outside, just the cupcakes won't be there.
We served them last night.
Oh, those cupcakes. All right.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you how to go at Taste of LJ, because you guys had a booth. I'll call it booth, tent.
Yeah, I guess that's what
whatever.
A table booth.
Yeah.
One of those things.
So how did it go last night?
It went really well, except, and I'm glad that there was no rain, because it usually can sometimes rain right beforehand. It was hot. Like, it had to be the hottest day of the year. So people were walking around. They changed locations. So it was in a neat new location. We got to set up way ahead of time. But it was a little more compact. So lots of people. I think we had, to me, it seemed like a record crowd. So that was a great thing. And lots of neat places. I never got out to go sample because we were so busy. But the smells, there was like La Katrina beside us with their tacos, and then you had Mr. P's up the street. You had barbecue down the smokehouse and another barbecue that was there. So I left really hungry.
Well, Cameron Hall, you set up at the Taste of LJ, and just want to double back. I always say it because it's award-winning chili. You set up this past year at the Fire and Ice Chili Cook-Off. And you set up at the Taste of LJ because Cameron Hall, the kitchen, And I have to tell you, I won't eat bland food. I just can't take it. And I do understand there's things my doctor says I should do. I know there's been times they want to hide the salt shaker, but
Right.
But Cameron Hall, your I don't want to call it your kitchen staff, cooks, everybody there, they do an amazing job, do they not?
They do. So we have the main food and beverage director who oversees the kitchen staff. She's also one of our chefs. We have an executive chef for special events. So it was actually Mari's recipe that we served last night. We had picked one thing, and it's an apple caramel cupcake. But she made the residents this banana cream cake with a caramel frosting. And we were like, this has to be what you serve. So everybody's like, oh, the residents don't eat like this. And that's totally not the case. So it was inspired by one of the residents.
Well, they think at the the Taste of LJ and these places, they think you're bringing food that you're going to serve to the public, but the residents don't get this. And that's totally, actually, they need to realize the residents do the taste testing before it goes out. And if they don't approve or they get bad marks, thought that they do, they got to go back to the kitchen, right?
Right, and we're always getting feedback from the residents. So each month we have what's called a residents council, and this is the opportunity for residents to say the activities that they're enjoying or not enjoying. You know, are there any issues in the community that need addressed? And one of the big topics is food. You know, so we get lots of feedback on, you know, maybe they want to see this. Last night I heard our activities director and our chef talking about the possibility of a salad bar, because they went to a restaurant yesterday in town that had a salad bar and they all loved making their own big salad. So, you know, always looking at new ideas and what we can implement. We've tossed around the idea of a Saturday supper club. So
that's nice.
Yeah, a little themed event going on, maybe like a Taste of France. Or
folks, this is North Georgia Senior Living. You're watching North Georgia Senior Living with Jessi Barton, Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall. Now, I am sorry, when we started, I just took over because I wanted to talk about the garden. I wanted to talk about Taste of LJ, so I don't want to forget. Is there like something else?
That was exactly what I had in mind too.
Are you serious?
I
had in it. Wow, well, that's good.
We've been doing this a little too long, maybe.
Yes. You have a big weekend planned?
I'll be at work tomorrow, so we do have managers there on the weekend, so I'll be at work tomorrow and then probably just laying around the pool the rest of the weekend.
Laying around the pool is not bad. Now, when I think about that, laying around the pool, you got to have a good dog.
You do have to have a good dog, especially if they enjoy swimming.
Right. You just can't lay around the pool without having a good dog or enjoy a good 3-day weekend without. And we're going to show you right on the other side of this segment how you can adopt that good dog to lay around the pool from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. But first, Jessi, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Sure.
And if they want to give you a call.
Give me a call at 706-515-4100, or always find our Facebook page. And we also have our events and news pictures and calendar up on CameronHallofLJ.com.
And also, folks, look for on our social media, look for us to be doing something real soon at the garden at Cameron Hall. When I went up there Monday, I looked it over and I said, whoa, we're going to do something here. So pay attention. Next week or two, we're going to have some things happening at the garden. I really enjoyed that. And don't forget, Cameron Hall of LJ, the Community Relations Director, Jessi Barton. This is who you want to call if you have any questions. We're going to take a break, and we're going to round out the week for this holiday weekend with our pet of the week. Is that Nico? Nico's with us. All right after this break.